Hello, hello. This is Angela. I am your hair loss expert and licensed cosmetologist. I am here to talk to you again for another show, and I do thank you all for coming back and for listening in on what I have to share with you today. And so you all know that I am a hair loss expert. I'm also a licensed cosmetologist, and I have been for over 30 years. And so I have a wealth of information as it relates to the beauty industry. As a cosmetologist, I've always taken pride in healthy hair for my clients. But it wasn't until after COVID that I learned that I needed to do a little bit more because there was an overflux of people who were losing their hair due to the disease, the COVID virus. And it intrigued me a bit where I wanted to learn more. Why is it that COVID was causing people to lose their hair? And so I learned so much by taking trichology classes and learning from the experts and even medical practitioners who were able to give me information that I wasn't privy to as a cosmetologist to help me be aware of what happens in the body that causes the hair loss, right? And so, after doing much research and studying, I decided, okay, I want to be an answer for people because I do pride myself in hair care. Very great at hairstyling, I believe. You know, my clients have never really complained about the quality of my work, but I was very, very serious when it came to hair care. So I prioritized hair care with my clients. And so I wanted to be able to be an answer for other people because as a cosmetologist, I didn't know everything there was to hair loss. We would treat a lot of hair breakage and dryness and things of that nature. And we knew a little bit about hair loss, but it wasn't until after I took some trichology courses that I learned that there was so much more to learn. And so I am here today to share the information with you that I've learned. In doing so, I've also decided to develop a scalp serum. And so I've created a product called the Follicular Fertilizer. And the reason that I wanted to create it because a lot of times clients don't really understand product. They don't have an awareness of product knowledge. I've always taken education to be very important, and I would always pour back into myself to make sure that I was getting the proper education so that I could know what I'm doing, so that I could serve my clients at the highest level. So, what I did was I started to look into different products, holistic products that are grown from our earth that are designed to heal, to soothe, and to stimulate the follicle for hair growth, to be able to address the issues that I was starting to see in some of the clients' hair. And so I developed the follicular fertilizer, and that is what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about a couple of scalp disorders and a couple of issues that could cause hair thinning or hair loss. And then I want to share with you the benefits of the follicular fertilizer and why it's important that you should have it. Why is it important that you should buy it? You see, a lot of people, when they encounter challenges with their scalp and with their hair, the first thing that they start to do is to self evaluate. They try to self diagnose what is going on with me. And then they start to look on the internet. They start to look at YouTube and try to figure out what some of the influencers are saying as it relates to the matter or what they think the matter is. And so, what you'll find is that a lot of times consumers will have a boatload of products that are not necessarily working. So you're spending all of this money on products thinking that it's going to address the problem that you are dealing with, when in fact it's either not doing anything at all or it's causing more aggravation and more damage. And so I like to suggest to my clients and to consumers that when you are noticing something different in your scalp, something different with your hair, to take action immediately. Because the sooner that you take the action, the faster we can start to address the problem before it becomes a major problem. One of the things that my dad used to say is deal with the fire when it's a spark before it turns into a forest fire. And the same is true when it comes to scalp disorders and hair loss. We'll notice something, and then instead of addressing or discovering the root of that thing, we'll start to mask it with products, or we'll mask it with different types of hairstyle to try to cover up the issue when in fact we could be doing more damage than not. And so I always like to suggest that you get the professional opinion first. Seeing someone who is specialized in training to be able to identify certain types of hair disorders and scalp disorders so that we can determine, first of all, identify what it is that we're dealing with. And then, as a hair loss specialist, I also go in and find out, okay, this is what we're dealing with based on what we are seeing, the findings. Now we need to go in and figure out how did that come about. So I'll go in and I will assess the root cause. So is it because of medications? Is it because of a sluggish diet? Is it because you're not hydrated enough? Is it because of topical products? Again, a lot of clients and consumers, they are not very privy to product knowledge. And so they'll buy the next thing that is in the media that is being presented to you in advertisements to buy that's on the market. They'll go and buy those products because it's the next go-to. It's the thing, the current thing to buy. But they don't really know what is the active ingredient in those products. And if you are dealing with certain conditions within the scalp, those ingredients could aggravate the problem and create more of a problem. And then you are left with a bigger issue than you started with. So I always like to encourage consumers to first get a hair and scalp analysis. Sit down with the professional where they can ask you certain questions that will give them an idea as to what the trigger could be so that we could properly address the issue. Now, the reason that I decided to create this follicular fertilizer is because I wanted to be able to create something not only for hair loss, but also for consumers who are dealing with scalp disorders. Scalp disorders like dandruff, seborrhea dermatitis, alopecia areata, psoriasis. And so I'm going to talk about just a few of those type of scalp disorders because a lot of times when I say that I'm a hair loss specialist, people tend to think that it's just for hair loss that I offer services, but that is not completely true. So we just recently came back from, or I just recently came back from a women's conference where I was a vendor, and I had the privilege of being able to meet with some of the attendees there. And some of the ladies, they were interested in getting a hair and scalp analysis. And so I did these on site scalp analysis. And a lot of times, my clients, they're very amazed to be able to see their scalp at the follicle level. So we look in the mirror at our scalp, and to the naked eye it looks fine. When you're looking at your scalp in the mirror, it looks fine. You could even hold a flashlight to it and it could look fine, but when you're looking at it through a microscope, you're able to see a little bit deeper. So you're able to see things that you're not able to see with just your naked eye, because it magnifies the surface of the skin, and you're able to really see what's happening. And so at this event, I was able to do a scalp analysis for some of the attendees, and they were amazed to see some of the residue, some of the inflammation, and some of the debris that was on their scalp. And it was for various reasons. Some of it was due to products, so product buildup. And what I explained to them is that just like our skin, our arms, our face, it sheds, it gets dry. As the season changes, it flakes sometimes. And then you're constantly lubricating it with lotions and serums and butters and things like that. Well, what happens is that it creates buildup. So, same is true with your scalp. Your scalp, um, it creates buildup. So it sloughs every day, it sheds every day so that the newer skin can be exposed. But while that is happening, we are constantly applying products. We are constantly producing our natural oil, which is called sebum. So our follicle produces a natural oil that is called sebum. And so all of that is mixed together with sweat. It's mixed together with a lot of the free radicals due to the elements outside, so pollution and all of that. So all of that sits on top of the scalp, and that is what some of the findings were. We found out that some people just had buildup. So it's important to do a scalp detoxification. So we also talked about that. What does that look like? And I shared with them that I also have a scalp mask. So just like we use a mask for our face to detoxify and to remove buildup, I've created a mask for the scalp as well. So I like to inform my clients of the products and services that I have, because we all could use them. As long as we're human beings, we're going to shed. We shed skin, we shed hair every day, all day. And what a great way to keep our bodies healthy, to keep our scalps clean and stimulated, and to nourish the scalp so that we can produce healthy hair. So I want to show you, and I'm going to hold it up to the screen, and I hope that you can see it. This is my bottle of the follicular fertilizer. Let me see. I try to do, so it comes in a bottle like that, right? And if you can also see on the screen the picture of it as well. This is our beloved follicular fertilizer, and this is my baby. And I tell you, when I tell you I take pride in my stuff, I do. I um I just take my time to do it. I started this product and the formulation over a year ago. So for over a year, I really wasn't even talking about it. I think I talked about it a little bit, but I wanted to make sure that it actually did what it was supposed to do. And so I had testers to test the product to make sure that it worked well with their scalp. And I had all kinds of people to test. So people with different scalp disorders, people who didn't have scalp disorders, people who had hair loss, because I wanted to get feedback from every type of hair and scalp condition. And across the board, it's been nothing but good reports. And I'm so grateful for that, because, again, this is a vision that the Lord gave me, and I just ran with it. And so this is my baby, and I'm excited to share her with you. And so I want to go in and I want to talk a little bit about the different types of scalp disorders. If we could make this a little bit bigger. Let's see. All right, perfect. So this first picture, it is a picture of someone who's experiencing seborrhea dermatitis. This is an inflammation type of issue, and the way that you're able to define it is characterized by the red flaky patches on the scalp, and it's very itchy. Sometimes it can burn, and a lot of times when clients scratch it, because they will confuse this with dandruff. This is not dandruff at all. This is an overproduction of sebum. So when your sebum, which is the vessel in your follicle that produces the natural oil, it produces the oil at a faster rate than than the scalp, the cellular parts of the scalp turns over. So it's producing more oil than the cells turn over in the scalp, meaning then the cells shed and slough off. And it creates a very annoying discomfort. And sometimes it will create hair loss because it smothers the follicle and it creates a very crusty type of environment, and it makes it difficult for the follicles to breathe. So it's hard for it to get oxygen. And so this is that type of scalp disorder that you may find you or someone that you know dealing with. The next type of disorder is the psoriasis. Psoriasis is an autoimmune disease, and it is caused by buildup on the scalp. And these patches, they're pretty thick, and they're kind of silvery in color, and you'll find that a lot of times around the hairline. So like behind the ear, this person, you can see it behind the neck. It is very, very itchy and irritating. It could also be painful, and it too can also cause hair loss if not carefully addressed. This picture here with this person at the top, this person is dealing with alopecia areata. Now, this disease is an autoimmune type of disorder, and these circular patches, they come very smooth. So it's almost like in the little patches, it's as smooth as a baby's bottom. So it's nothing there. And the patches, they show up anywhere on the body. So it's not just limited to the scalp. It can also be found in your eyebrows, anywhere that there is hair. You can sometimes find these patches, and they create hair loss. Now, again, this is an autoimmune disease. So many times, my clients that are encountering this type of disorder, they are referred out to a dermatologist. And what we do as a trichologist or hair loss specialist, we work in conjunction with your dermatologist. So while the dermatologist treats the symptom of the issue, we as holistic practitioners, we treat the root. So what we go in it is that what we do is that we go in and we treat the root cause of it. So we deal with the inflammation part of it. Okay. And so that is that. And so, what I want to do now is I want to go in and talk about some of the benefits of the follicular fertilizer. And if we could put that picture back up again, I'm going to go over some of the ingredients that is in this product and explain to you why you should have this in your house and why it's important to have. And again, this doesn't have like all the extra stuff, all the fluff in it. Everything that is in it is holistic. There are no chemicals, there are no preservatives, no additives, straight natural products. So again, it's designed to heal. Well, I'm not going to say heal because I'm not a doctor. You got to be careful with the verbiage. But it is designed to soothe, and it is designed to stimulate growth. It's designed to be able to address the issue in the hair and the scalp and promote growth. So this product, let me pull out my little notes because I want to make sure that I give you all the great information that is in there. So, it has rosemary. And so everyone knows that rosemary is a great natural oil that is designed to feed and stimulate hair. It is designed to help with any type of hair loss, any type of hair thinning, and scalp disorder because it helps with circulation, right? So it helps to stimulate circulation. What a lot of people don't know is that uh, rosemary is enriched with a lot of essential vitamins and minerals that our hair and scalp needs for optimum hair growth. It has vitamins A, vitamin C, riboflavin, it has thiamine, vitamin B6, folate, and niacin. It is also enriched with minerals like magnesium, potassium, calcium, iron, and copper and manganese as well. It is rich in antioxidants to help to neutralize the free radicals to help prevent premature aging as well. So free radicals are they're like, let me give a visual so that you can kind of understand what it is. So it's almost like little, let's say uh let's say bad bugs, for lack of a better analogy. So let's just think of a bad bug, a type of destroying bug like a locust or a cankerworm, something that eats at healthy cells. That's what free radicals do. It eats away at the healthy cells in the hair and scalp, and it creates a toxic environment that is not conducive to hair growth, that is not conducive to a healthy scalp environment. And so the rosemary in this product is designed to calm that down, to neutralize those free radicals so that it creates a healthy environment for hair growth. And those enriched vitamins and minerals that are in this product, it's going to feed the follicle so that it can grow a healthy strand of hair in that follicle. And sometimes follicles can have more than one strand of hair. And so it is designed to be able to feed. And so you want to think of your hair, the follicle in the hair, you want to think of it like a flower in a garden. So just like you would go in and you would till your garden and you would remove all of the weeds and things in it that could potentially cause the flowers to die off before they bloom. You want to be able to do that. Same with your scalp. So you want to remove the debris. You want to be able to nourish and feed the area, stimulate and calm. So when you have like an inflamed scalp from something like dandruff, or if you have something like alopecia areata or seborrhea dermatitis, it will go in to nourish that area and to neutralize those free radicals that are in the hair. Another ingredient in this product is ylang ylang, and my daughter always say I say that wrong, but I don't know. I don't know how it's pronounced, but YLANG times two. So it's written that way twice. And this particular ingredient, it is a ingredient that is designed to address stress induced thinning. So when you have something like sickness in your body, right? Like the alopecia areata, that is an autoimmune disease, um, could also be triggered by stress as well. Or another type, if you have a virus in your body or any other type of sickness in your body, it could trigger this type of disorder. So, any type of stress induced disease or disorder, like COVID, for example, that is a stress induced type of disorder because that virus goes in and it attacks healthy organs and it attacks healthy cells in the body. And so your body goes into stress mode because it's trying to fight against what is attacking the organs. And it creates this hostile environment where the virus is trying to win and your healthy cells are trying to win. And so our bodies are put into a stressful situation. And so what the Langy Lang is designed to do is to combat that. So it neutralizes that, it addresses that so that it will help to strengthen the hair follicles. What I always tell my clients, because and I don't think that many people really think about the fact that our hair, it is non-essential, right? So if you are dealing with an issue in your body that is creating stress, like sickness, or if you have different types of diseases in your body, what happens is that the body goes into fight or flight mode, and it goes into a mode where it is looking for what it needs to sustain life. Now, because our hair is non essential, we do not need our hair to live. What'll happen is that our body will begin to pull from the nutrients, pull from the vitamins and minerals that are feeding our follicle. It pulls it away and it directs it to our organs where it is lacking so that it can help us to be sustained in life. So it'll feed the heart, it'll feed the bladder, the lungs, whatever it is that is lacking in sustainable vitamins and minerals, it'll go in and it'll pull from the hair follicle. And thus is why you see hair loss at such a greater rate. So, not only are you dealing with the disorder in your body or disease in your body, now on top of that, that is creating hair loss, by the way. Now, on top of that, you're dealing with now your body is protecting your organs by pulling the nutrients, by directing the blood flow to the organs to feed it. And so you're like double whammied against healthy hair growth because your hair is non-essential. And so that is what happens sometimes. And so when things like that are happening, and even when we have certain diseases or disorders in our bodies like high blood pressure or diabetes. Sometimes some of the medications can pull and deplete some of the nutrients in our bodies, and we don't eat enough to be able to have what we need sometimes. So even in the foods that we eat, sometimes it's not enough. So we have to help it along by taking internal vitamins to be able to balance it out. And then topical vitamins. So think of your follicular fertilizer as a topical vitamin and a topical mineral because it is created to be able to topically deal with whatever is deficient in the body. And your body is only going to use that which it needs. So what it doesn't need, it'll just evaporate, it'll just expel, and what it does need, it will absorb. I love this oil also because sometimes what I've noticed is that the viscosity of some of the oils on the market can be kind of thick, kind of heavy. It can clog the follicles. This type of oil, you can use it every day. You can use it 2 times a day, up to 2 times a day. And you won't have like that heavy buildup on your hair and scalp. My hair is pretty fine, and I use mine sometimes 2 times a day, especially now because my hair has been lifted to like a level 8, level 9. So I have a high lift color in my hair. So that just means that a lot of the nutrients in my hair and the natural oils have been diffused or removed from my hair because of the chemical that I put in my hair to lighten it. And so I'll go in with the follicular fertilizer in the morning and at night, tie my hair down so that it can absorb. My body is warming it up. And I don't have any issues with my hair being heavy or greasy because it's very light. and it absorbs very well, and it goes right to work, right to feeding that follicle and nourishing the scalp. Another thing is that Langy Lang, it has a beautiful soft smell, so it doesn't have a very strong pungent smell. I'm very intentional about that because I know that some clients, some people are very sensitive to certain smells. And so I didn't want anything that was overpowering. I wanted something that is very gentle, but also does the work. This is great for that. The lavender that is in it is going to soothe the scalp as well. And so it address issues like your dandruff, right? Dandruff is a yeast on the scalp. And the terminology for it, for that yeast, is malassezia. Probably not saying that right, but it is a yeast nonetheless. And what this does is that it moisturizes the area. It also adds natural shine to the scalp, and it promotes hair growth with its stimulation properties. Lavender is also a soothing and calming type of oil, and it is designed to deal with the inflammation and the issues, the irritations and the inflammation on the hair and scalp as well. Lemongrass. Who knew that lemongrass was a great controller for flaky scalp and dandruff? So yes, lemongrass is great for that. It's also a great refresher, and it is a natural cleanser. So not only is it going in and it's dealing with the flaky scalp, it's dealing with the dandruff to calm it, to help to remove it off of the scalp. It's also cleansing, and it's giving it a nice fresh scent. So for people who have locks, who have braided hairstyles and even weaves, it's a great product for them because not only is it going to address the scalp issue, it's also going to give it a nice fragrance. And you can put a little bit in the palms of your hand, and it emulsifies well. So you don't have to use a dropper all over the head. I like to get points, right? So I may put a point of it here in the front, in the top parietal or crown of the hair, in the back occipital area, and on the sides. And then I'll go in and I'll massage. Massaging is a great way to stimulate the scalp, to promote blood flow to the scalp. Because again, remember, I explained that hair grows by blood and oxygen, and it helps to stimulate the blood flow to the scalp. So I put the oil at those points, and I do a deep massage with my fingers, with the balls of my fingers, not with my nails, but the balls of my fingers, and I massage, 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 and it gets all over my head. It covers all over my head. I don't have to go through every section of my hair. And same is true even with those types of styles when you have locks or your weave styles or your braided styles. You don't have to go through each section. Get certain points. You could even go from ear to ear and from forehead to nape and massage that way, because it's going to emulsify and cover the entire region of the head. So that little bottle could last you a good while when used the right way. And it comes with instructions. So I give you instructions. I give you a mini reference guide that will show you the different types of hair disorder. I'm sorry, scalp disorders and the various kinds of hair loss disorders, so that you could be able to identify what your specific condition is based on what it looks like and what it sounds like in the reference guide. And you can address your issue based on the needs of that particular type of condition. So that's a good resource that comes with it as well. I also have patchouli oil. So I learned about this, kind of stumbled over it because, again, I told you, like, I am an avid learner. I am always learning. I probably learn more than I need to because I'm always reading a book. I'm always studying something. I'm always taking a class. I just like to learn. And so I stumbled across patchouli oil and I learned that this is great for sebum production. So, again, like the seborrhea dermatitis, the overproduction of sebum. It is designed, the patchouli oil is designed to calm that sebaceous oil gland so that it can relax a little bit and not produce so much oil. Because what happens in that type of scalp disorder, remember, is that the sebum is being produced on the scalp faster, more often than the scalp is shedding skin, and it creates this crustation on the scalp. And so the patchouli oil is going to help to balance that so that we can control the extra oil on the scalp. It also strengthens the hair roots. The root is the lifeline of healthy hair. So if the root is weakened, your hair, the hair shaft, which you see on the outside, is also going to be representative of what is going on in the root. So it addresses that. It prevents dandruff. It soothes scalp irritation, and it helps to calm itchy and flaky scalp. It's also antimicrobial, so it helps with that. And what I love about the patchouli oil is that it has a nice aromatic benefit. It has this nice soft woodsy smell. So this is also great for men as well. So we don't just have products for women. This product is universal. So it's good for men, it's good for women, and it's very safe for children as well. I use it on my grandchildren's hair who suffer with eczema. Well, three of the four suffer with eczema, and when I tell you that this oil does wonders for their scalp, it does wonders right on site. Zanaya, my oldest granddaughter, have her hair is so thick and so long, and she's extremely tender-headed. And so when I'm going in to do her hair, I have to section her hair with my fingers, and I before I even put a comb to that hair or a brush, I am sectioning with my fingers and I'm applying this oil to her scalp, because what it does is it softens the hair as well, and it makes it more pliable. So it's easier for us to go through that hair without hurting her, because, like I said, she's extra, extra sensitive. She's very, very tender-headed, and she'll cry when she see the comb, and it won't even touch her hair. And by the time you're finished with her hair, you're tired. She's happy and you're tired. So this product is great for providing that moisture to soften the hair right at the base and to allow it to flow easily. Aloe, it is also packed with aloe vera as well. And aloe vera also has healing properties and moisturizing properties. And so these are some of the benefits that are in the follicular fertilizer. And like I said, this is a product that everyone should have in their household. This is a great product. It is for men, women, and it is very safe for children as well. Try to hold it up again. Not good at that. And I am doing a special. I want to go ahead and put that link up. If you're interested in this product, I am carrying over my conference special for this product, and we are selling it for $9.99. And so this product is a sell. Y'all, excuse me. I have a husband who is in here while I'm doing my podcast and being very silly right now. Please, please bear with me. You're trying to make me laugh. It's not funny. But anyway, we are moving forward. I want to offer you this product for the remainder of the month. Now through October 31st, this product is going for $9.95. I'm telling you, you can't beat that. And like I said before, when used properly, this product can last a long time. You can, if it's used by one person, I say get everybody the product, get everybody their own, so we don't have to share. Because I like to have my own. It comes in a nice little, well, this has a little seal on it. I don't want to break it, but it comes with a nice little dropper that you can use to be able to direct the oil where you need it to go. And yeah, it's perfect for everyone. This bottle could last you, at least if you're using it every day, it could last you a good month, maybe. For me, it lasts me about 2 months because I don't really need a whole lot. My hair is a little finer, so I really don't need a whole lot. Um, and it's great, like I said, for those who have locks, those who have braids, especially those type of styles that you you have where your hair is put away because your scalp gets a little bit aggravated or irritated a little bit. So it helps to calm, to lightly cleanse, and it has a healthy, very soft fragrance to it. So that even like if you're sweating, if you have a lot of um, sweat. Like sometimes I'm a sweater, and so it helps to neutralize that as well until you can get to your scalp to shampoo it. So I hope that you guys got some great information from this podcast today. I love to share the information that I have with you. Because it's important. You know, the word of God says that our people suffer because of lack of knowledge. And if we could pull that scripture up, um, this is my why, you know, why have this information and not share it? Hosea 4:6 says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing that thou hast forgotten the law of thy God. I will also forget thy children. And so, you know, we could even take that as information altogether. So, information not shared, not given to people where they can receive the knowledge of what it is that, you know, is a solution to their problem. That is a sin, you know? It is a sin to know something and to not share it. And, you know, if I share it and you don't use it, then shame on you because I've done my due diligence, which is to share the information. And so my goal is to be able to share with as many people as possible because a lot of people are suffering from scalp disorder and from hair loss, and they don't really know why it is. And so my God-given assignment is just to inform the people and to be able to help them. And what I can say is that when you apply when you follow the system, you will get the results, but you have to be consistent. You have to consistently follow the system. This scalp and growth oil will definitely give you the results that you're looking for, but it's important that you're being consistent. And if you feel that you need a little more attention, so if you feel like you need to go a little bit deeper with what it is that you're personally going through, please send me an email. We can always schedule a free discovery call where we can have a chat and discuss what your personal needs are to see what it is that we need to address and how we can go about it. You can email me at bfabbroadcast@gmail.com. Again, that is bfabbroadcast@gmail.com. And just let me know that, hey, I saw your broadcast. I saw your product. I need more information. Or I am interested in scheduling a complimentary discovery call. And we can have a talk about, you know, what your concerns are and begin to discover what is causing your issue, whether it be a scalp disorder, if in fact it's a scalp disease that needs to be addressed by a dermatologist. I could also direct you to some great dermatologists that will be able to help with that condition. And if you have some hair loss issues or some thinning concerns, we can have a discussion about that as well privately. And so, again, I do thank you all for your time and your attention. And I hope that you have some great takeaways takeaways from this podcast today. It has been my pleasure to be of service to give you this valuable information. I hope that, again, it was very helpful. Please share this podcast and this information with everybody that you know. I can be found on social media at Beauty by Angela J. Okay, you can find me at Beauty by Angela J on Facebook. You can also find me on Instagram, on TikTok as well, LinkedIn as Angela Dickens Jackson. Please do follow us on the Can Feel 419 network. Find us on YouTube at Canfill 419. You can also find me on YouTube as well at Beauty for Ashes broadcast. That is Beauty for Ashes broadcast. So, again, guys, I appreciate y'all. Please do subscribe to our channels. We desire to share the knowledge of information that we have with so many people. And the only way that we can do that is with your support. It doesn't hurt to share the information with anybody. If we could put up those YouTube channels again, please, that will be great. So go to our YouTube channels, Canfill 413. I'm sorry, I said 419, but Canfill 413 and BFBB broadcast. That's Beauty for Ashes. Beauty for Ashes B broadcast. I had to do something different. I know it sounds crazy, but I had to do something different because what I had before wasn't pulling up. It's so many people with that title, and I had to do something a little different. So we have two B's there. So BFBB broadcast and the Canfill 413. Y'all, please go to those channels, subscribe, like them, and share with everybody that you know. We desire to share the knowledge of information that we have through the Word of God as well, because we like to implement what God is saying about the gifts and talents that we have in a way that could better help and serve the community. So please do that for us. We appreciate you listening. We appreciate your support. And until next time, you all be bold, be brave, and be beautiful. Bye.